Hey guys, there's a couple things that I did forget in the video, so this is an edit. One thing is the helipad. Forgot to mention, if you want the 5-star, you need to have the helipad. It's locked until you get it. Um, so it's really not worth it if you're not anywhere near it. Like I have it, just like I said, the first time playing, you're going through, you're buying stuff, helipad, 5-star, look good. But as you can see, not really that close to it, so it wouldn't have been worth it to buy it. You don't really use a whole lot. The maintenance on it is like 5,000, really not that much. So it's no big deal if you get it anyway. But you definitely need it if you want those 5-star and play the marketability game. The other thing that I forgot to mention is with the drivers. One thing you can do with, like I said, pay drivers, you use them in your practice, you get half of it. If you're going marketability, you only get your 2 drivers, but you could use a reserve driver that has a high marketability and actually swap them. So like in this example, I had these 2 open. I didn't have sponsors yet, and my reserve driver was way better than any of my real drivers. What you could have done is actually promote the driver, replace, like she's actually the lower one. She doesn't have a good, she's actually the lowest. But let's say she's like 90 or higher because I purposely went for a reserve driver with high marketability. I would take her, promote her, replace her with, replace Lepkin with her. Then go and get your sponsors. And you'll see if I promoted, if I don't know if this would actually reach 90%, but let's say it did, I would hit the next star level by swapping the drivers, because she would be replaced right here. The 47% will be replaced with 90% or whatever hypothetical high marketability driver you were able to afford, and then you can get the 5-star. And then once you get your 5-star, you can you can switch the drivers right back. They do lose a little bit morale. They gain morale when they get promoted, and then they lose morale when they get demoted to reserve. So for your main driver, they lose morale and then they gain it back. And I guess the opposite is for a reserve driver. But since you don't really care about your reserve driver, it's really not a big deal. But that is definitely a good way to get your marketability up, and that's a tip you don't really need, only for marketability focused drivers. It could be pay drivers, but your reserve driver, let's say it's a 1-star reserve driver, is higher marketability, then go ahead and swap them. Because it's like a free upgrade to your marketability here. So anyway, that's another additional tip that I'm trying to edit in. All right, see ya.